just about ready to roll. We're gonna start putting our fluids back in, get this baby ready to fire off. Hey y'all, all day on the farm is cold. We're gonna give you that update you've been wanting. We're gonna try to fire off that 8335 finally. It's been a little while since we worked on it. We tried to fire them off and it wouldn't fire, so we got into the peanut harvest. Now we're done harvesting and we're finally gonna fire this joker off. I think we figured out what the problem is. I pulled these injectors out, and when I did it, I didn't pay close attention. And I left these little crush washers inside the old block. And so when we installed these in the new block, it's not as tight of a fit or as good of alignment, and didn't allow the fuel system to go just right. And so that was preventing us from firing off. We think we've solved the issue now. We got the crush washers out of the old block. We're gonna put them on the injectors here, put some new O-rings on here. We're gonna fire this joker up today. We got the valve cover back on. Now we gotta hook all these wires up for about the 10th time. See if we can get this baby to fire off. We got the injectors back in, the valve cover back on. Going back with the ECU, see if we can fire them up.
These two both came out of somewhere. Hold on, we got clip beat.
Number 2. You got a tough job here teaching this one to be straight.
What's up?
How are you getting back so far? Probably ain't got no bolts. You got no fuel leak, do you? A little bit of line loose. Yeah. Come out damn
No, I heard that joker boy found dead.
Had to run out of here.
Boy.
I thought down the road I come out. You have experience that, you know.
Had to shut it off because you come running out of there
Oh,
so
no, I ain't
fast.
cut it off.
Hell, I thought you saw something.
We just changed the engine in an 8335R right here in our shop. So we got the tractor finally fired off and ran a little bit. We did end up having a little leak here, fuel leak on our fuel rail sensor. Our fuel rail sensor wasn't quite tight enough, it caused a leak. So we had to get in there and tighten that up. And we end up having a small leak in the exhaust right up here. So we got to put another gasket in there. We actually put it together without the gasket. It happens. So getting a gasket for that in the morning, getting the fuel rail sensor tightened up in the morning. This baby's ready to roll. At this point, all that's left, this right here, that's those, I guess they went somewhere on the tractor. I don't know. But what's kept this thing from running, if you followed this channel or seen the previous video, you know that we started work on this bad boy back in early summer. This is the old block. It got the hole in it when we were preparing land for the spring here, getting all the crop planted. And we worked on it off and on throughout the summer when we had spare time. We quit when we started harvesting. We just got back on it. But the thing that has kept this motor from running is that. That's all that was missing. We had this joker put back together back in the mid-summer, late summer, before we ever started harvest. But it was, I think 4 of these were missing on the injectors. There's 6 of these little compression washers. 4 of them were not on the injectors, and that's all that kept this tractor from running. That's it. We figured that out this morning. We put these little compression washers inside the injectors. It's fired right off, running. We'll run it a little bit again tomorrow after we get this fuel rail sensor tightened up and we get the exhaust gasket in there. We'll keep checking all our fluids and oils, make sure everything's kosher, because it's not a brand new engine, but it's newly put in. So we're going to have to keep a check on everything, make sure everything's kosher and running right. And then when we're satisfied that everything is on the up and up, we'll throw the hood back on this bad boy and hook him up, get ready to take him back to the field. But man, it's been a long journey, but we have got this joker back together and running.